Saw a Marvel movie for the first time in years. I went on a father-son outing. I went swimming with my son, and we saw the new Marvel movie, and it was all right. I was quite funny watching Harrison Ford, like, so obviously not give a fuck. Like, he was there, but he wasn't trying, and it was very obvious. And not only was it obvious that he wasn't really trying, it was so funny to watch him so clearly resent having to say things like celestial mass and vibranium and Wakandans. Every time he had to say a made-up superhero comic book word, you could literally see him rolling his eyes. Like when he was talking about the celestial mass and Wakanda and vibranium deposits, I literally thought while watching the movie, was that the best take they had? Was that the most convincing take? Because I feel like I can literally see him go, the celestial mass and the vibranium. Anyway, without spoiling the movie, Harrison Ford plays the president, who's also the bad guy. And you know when you watch a movie that like has the US military in it, or when you watch any Marvel movie, some of them are pretty good at hiding it, but every now and then you just hit in the face with like just overt propaganda, and you're like, fuck, they want me to join the military. And this is something from as subtle as, like, you know, back in like 2001, all of the bad guys were Middle Eastern, right? Whereas in this movie, the bad guys are like kind of Eastern European, Russian-esque, right? That's who the bad guys are in most movies at the moment. It's like maybe kind of Chinese, maybe Russian, like made up Ruskansia, you know, like those. It's not Russia, but we know who it is, right? That's the bad guy at the moment. Dude, the main character, antagonist, is the president, right? So it's all about the US military. Bro, tell me why the president's closest... This was a little bit on the nose. The film is called Captain America, right? You would think that Captain America's working with the president. You would think that he would be the president's most trusted ally. No. The president's most trusted ally, who is seen by his side all the time, who is his greatest ally and protector, who is more important than Captain America, who saves Captain America's ass many times, and who is integral to winning against the big bad and preventing disaster, is an Israeli superhero. You couldn't get more on the nose when it comes to fucking propaganda than that. Like, bro, that's not helping. Right? And here's the thing, here's what makes it even more fucking ridiculous. When I say an Israeli superhero, you're probably thinking who? And it's like, yeah, who? Literally, her name is Sabra from the comic books, and they appeared in like a couple of issues many years ago, dressed in the fucking Israeli flag. And they like represent the state of Israel, and they're an unbelievably minor character in the comics. Like, someone had to do some fucking digging to be like, how are we going to get an Israeli superhero in this? Like, fucking whoever shoehorned that character into the movie must have gotten a very big thank you box of chocolates from Mossad, I tell you that. Because she added nothing. She could have been completely removed from the film and nothing would have changed other than Captain America would have had to save the day a few more times. The character was like so important and so in the face of everyone watching, despite the fact that they did absolutely fucking nothing. The actress who played her was a member of the IDF, like in real life. And she was like trained by Mossad in the movies. They explicitly say this. And apparently their role after Backlash, when it was found out that they were in it, was heavily edited down. So I don't know what the fuck the film looked like before they removed a lot of her scenes and changed her character, because she was in like the whole fucking movie. I would have to imagine that the movie before they edited her out of a lot of it was just called Captain Israel, because she was in all of it and she was very important, much more important than Captain America. It was actually fucking baffling. I don't know why they were in the film. I do know why they were in the film. It was like that's why it's like that's why the military goes, oh, if you want to use jets and fucking carriers in your Marvel movie, you got to let us put Captain Israel in it. It was actually, it took me so far out of the film. I was like, huh? I thought I was watching Captain America. Watching Israel fucking show up every fucking 30 minutes, which, to be fair, if there was a Captain America, they would be absolutely controlled and manipulated by Captain Israel. So that you know what, maybe that's actually a little bit more reflective of reality than most Marvel films are. What was really funny as well was the actress who played her was so short, like actually looked to be like 4'11". And there's this thing that very, very small, short women who are also very like thin, like unbelievably petite and short women get. They just look like they have massive heads, because really, really, really short people always have really, really normal sized heads. And it creates the illusion that they've got a giant head. And it really took me out of the film, because she had this huge head and this little body. I felt like I was playing GoldenEye on the Nintendo with big head mode on. Other than that, it's actually a pretty cool film. They had Red Hulk in it, which is actually such a cool character in the comic books. And it was so cool to see an angry Hulk on TV again. On the big screen again, on a movie again, instead of whatever the fuck they did to Banner Hulk. Sucks. I don't know. It wasn't a Captain America movie. It was a really weird mess. They used two really cool Hulk villains on a Captain America movie, and the whole fucking film, Captain America was like whining about not being as good as Steve Jobs or Steve Smith or whatever the fuck his name is. Steven tries. I can't remember the name of fucking Captain America. What's his name? Steve Rogers? Roger Rabbit? Something like that. I have dementia. I saw the film a few days ago. Can't remember what happened. Other than Captain Israel had a big fat head. I would have liked the movie much more if Bibi Netanyahu played that role. Like, that'd be great. Anyway, that's been my week.